welcome back to the State Farm Analyst Desk. Dom1 Kia just secured their first win of the Rumble stage after struggling in the early game versus PSG Talent. I'm taking a closer look at their team fight setup around objectives, something that's become a staple for them in the LCK in our State Farm neighborhood tactics. Now, this is going to be a critical team fight around the Drake, the third of the Amber, potentially the Soul, as a matter of fact. And ultimately, this battle is about who can dive into the backline better. On PSG's side, you have a Gnar with Mega Gnar ready to go. You also have Maple hovering over the wall down on that southern end. For Dom1, Showmaker has stolen the Gnar ultimate critically, and Khan is a huge beefy front line. So let's go ahead and look at how DK are going to try and push Maple away from the fight, because ultimately that's what it comes down to, is DK, because they see PSG split up with 4 on the top side and 1 underneath, they need to go towards the 1 and get Maple out of the fight. So let's go ahead and roll the clip here and watch how they try and snap onto Maple. Now, the initial CC doesn't connect, but now Maple's zoned completely over the wall, and that's huge. He's so far away from the fight that they can go for the engage now, knowing that Maple is pretty far away and they do have vision of him. Showmaker stands on the bottom side of the fight and tries to zone him, and coming out of his own zone, he has this beautiful Gnar ultimate against wall. Because it is that Soul, PSG are forced inside of the pit, and of course can capitalize so well off of it with the Sylas and that Kai'Sa follow up. And ultimately, it does come down to being able to push the enemy diver away from the team. You also saw their Gnar from PSG's side went very deep into the fight, while the rest of the team was still zoned away by a Sion and the Sylas. And the Sion with all his HP, the Sylas with the Zhonya's Hourglass and the sustain you get was able to stay alive longer than that Gnar was to be able to get into the backline and get that DPS down. That became critical in the turnaround and for Dom1 to win the fights and go ahead. We look forwards ahead to Cloud9 versus RNG after the break as the LPL champions look to remain undefeated at MSI 2021.